All right, I've decided that since this is a very simple, you know, easy to put together journal, that it is time to stitch the signatures into the journal. So what I'm going to do is get a pen. I think this will work. And I'm going to pick these up and just kind of eyeball the middle. And draw a mark. Seems like my pen is kind of dry. I'll get another pen. Don't put this one back in. Right. Let's try this one. So it's important that the signatures are, you know, the way they're going to be in the book. So flush on the bottom, flush on the top. And here's one mark. Okay, that looks good to me. And then I'm going to take the outside of, oops, sorry, let's do the center one, and then let's go about an inch down and do the top and bottom. I think I added some pages in here that you don't know about, or a page. Okay, so I've done this with pen, but I'm going to do the next one with pencil, just in case. I can see the pen really well. And here's a pencil. So on the outside, I'm going to kind of line this up. I don't know that you'll be able to see it really well, but I'm lining it up with the edges of the paper, lining up this paper with the edges of the paper that's on the covers. Okay. Then I'm going to draw a line from the lines that I drew here very faintly across, and also here. Should probably be doing this on the inside, and yet I'm not. Okay. And if it's off just a tiny bit, you can see that that wasn't so straight. It'll be okay. Right, now I know I'm going to have 3 signatures, so I'm going to make sure that I find the center and make a mark there, and that's the center, and then over between the edge. I'm sorry, I should be doing this a little bit more controlled. So center and over toward the halfway between the center and the edge, maybe right there, and then again halfway between the edge and the center, and then the center and halfway between the edge and the center, and again halfway between. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to take my awl. You do kind of need an awl or something very, very sharp like this. I haven't tried to use a needle, but it might be possible. Let's move these. And then you very carefully do not poke your fingers, so I'm holding it like this underneath the book so that I don't stab myself, and just gently pushing it through. And I like doing it this way because then you can see maybe that stand up. You can see that maybe you can see that when you push it through this way, it's raised here as opposed to being raised out here. That's better in my opinion, because it's not noticeable. So I'm just going to do that to all these holes. And then I'll probably go back and try to erase the lines between the holes. So let's see. You can see it goes all the way through. Okay, and the bottom. I have not stabbed myself yet, and I'm very happy about that. I hope to keep a perfect record. Please, everybody, be very careful, okay? Using sharp instruments. You can also use a hole punch if you have a very small one. Actually, let me show you. I think that a small one like this would work. Can you see how small that is? I think that would work, but you couldn't do the center holes. Or you could use a big shot. I think that's what this is called. Yeah, you could use this if you have one. It makes a slightly bigger hole than let's see, that's the big one. Yeah, the hole is slightly bigger than if you use an awl, but still perfectly acceptable. Okay, next step is to put that aside and grab these. And I did kind of flip through. Sometimes I write on them, but I think I'll remember that this, sometimes I indicate this is the first signature, this is the second signature, excuse me. But I know this is the first signature, and I know this is the second signature because it has the birds, and therefore this must be the third signature. So I did kind of flip through these to see that the pages were, you know, kind of approximately in a good placement. Yeah, I like all of these. So what I'm going to do is open up to the center, and I have really big paper clips that I'm going to use. Actually, hold it this way. Kind of bend it back to make sure that that crease stays where it's supposed to be on all of the pages. There we go. Because I'm punching the holes from this side. And I'll just do this one, and then I will probably charge my iPad. So here we go with the first one. Again, same kind of motion till it goes all the way through. And do all three marks. Okay. So that looks good. Okay, I don't have thread and needle ready yet, so I will go get that prepared. Okay, this is one of my boxes of threads. These were gifted to me by my sister-in-law Diane. Thank you, Diane. Hi. And these I bought online. They're very, very thin though, and I don't love them because it seems like they rip the paper easily. And then these three, I'm not sure where I got them. I think I got them at Hobby Lobby. This one, I'm not sure. It's just string. I think I was gifted that also. Oh, look, it has a cutter. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I want to use the brown. And that out of the way. And I'm using a needle from this package, tapestry needle. So it's not sharp, it's blunt. And I don't know, this was $1, $2 at Walmart is where I usually buy my needles. Okay, and then the way you measure this is you go the height of the book 3 times. There's 1, 2, 3 for each signature. So then I like these because the eyes are nice and big too. Sometimes I struggle getting the thicker threads through the eye. Okay, then we need the book again. And we're doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So you go into the center, hopefully all the way through. Here we go. And this is the first signature. It really doesn't matter where you start, just as long as you have it right side up and right side up, or upside down and upside down, whatever. So it matches. So then into the first hole, which is right there. And sometimes I need pliers to pull this thing through. Feels like I'm going to need that because that eye is really big. So these are the pliers that I'm using. They have plastic grips here. They're not metal on the part that touches the needle. Good. Okay, and then you pull that through and leave a tail. I leave about that much. However much that is, that's how much I leave. 4 inches maybe? And let me see this. Go into the next hole. Sometimes it's a bit of a struggle. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it just goes right in. But you know, you can always make the hole again, or, you know, let's try this way. It's that way. Yes. That's the thing about the embroidery needle. It's not sharp, so it will not poke another hole. I mean, it could, I guess, but it won't be pretty, which this may not be either. But then again, it will be covered up, so you won't be able to tell. Okay. Alright, so that's nice and tight there. And hopefully I've readjusted the pages so that this one will go through easily. But maybe not. Okay. Here we go. I can feel it. I will not do the other two on camera, so you won't have to watch me struggle so much. Okay, I think I'll make another hole. There. Yeah. There we go. And through here, top hole. And get this all squared away. Make sure that tail stays. And I'm trying to pull it kind of tight. Then we have to go through. So here's how I do it. I know this is connected to that hole. So I pull it down. And then I go through the, and this is how you can tell it's connected to that hole. And I need to go through this, back, and the signature itself. And look at that, I'm pushing right through. Okay, there we go. So now, pulling gently to tighten up the outside here. And you can see that I have the tail, the original tail on one side and the ending thread on the other side. And I'm going to do a square knot, which is, for me, left over right, tie, and then right over left, and through and tie. And then I always cut them to be the same length. Okay. I will do the other two and I'll be back.